Hey guys, Vlad here. Um, First of all, I was trying to record more duel videos at my locals, but what happened was I wasn't always near a charger. I mean, not a charger, but an outlet, and I was in the middle of a duel and the computer shut down, and then I was trying to save up, and I ended up just not being able to do it because the battery wouldn't charge all the way. Didn't have enough time, but I ended up that tournament. I ended up taking third place. I lost to Constellars. Um, Unfortunately, with that deck, with my Harpy Goons, it's gonna have a little bit of trouble with Constellars. But this past week, I took first place. I didn't run into any Constellar decks, but I ran into Bujins. Let me think here. Heradic, Heradic rulers. I'm like drawing blanks now. Um, a lot of like tier two decks though. Like there a lot of good players. I run into. Um, and I was teching the Corsiska because last week I was having a real hard time. I was running out of level sixes, so I teched the Corsiska in, and as much as I needed Corsiska last week, that's how much I didn't need it this week. I never dead drew it, but I never had to get it out of my deck. It just sat in my deck. So this coming up week, I'm just gonna try out three Harpy dancers. But this video that's kind of what it is. This video is just about how my deck's doing so far, and the main point of this video is these cards that I have in my hand. Whenever I gear up for whatever's gonna happen in the next few formats, depending on whether Konami's gonna neuter a certain deck or if they're gonna put out a couple broken cards. It's just I call this. I'm gonna probably call this checking your armory, um, just to see what kind of little treasures you have in there. Here's the first one. It's a trap, Curse of Darkness. What you do is when you're playing against a prophecy player, because I guess people are still playing prophecies for some reason, or anything that's really spell heavy, you can tech this in. Um, what it does is every time either player plays a spell card, they take 1,000 damage. Which if you're playing against prophecies, you'd flip this card up, and they either have to get rid of it, stop playing, or just play until they die. So yeah, that's and then I know there's hasn't been a lot of talk, and I know MCO 40 and a lot of people are thinking um, that Noble Knights are going to be kind of irrelevant until they get the broken cards, but you never know. Konami could put something out that's gonna just put them over the top, or just destroy a lot of decks. So these are just if anyone's worried about it, these are just cards that I found that just kind of hurt the Noble Knights. This one's called the Eternal Rest. What it does is it destroys all equipped cards on the field. And then there's a trap version. I think it's called Really Eternal Rest. It does the same exact thing. But yeah, Eternal Rest, destroy them right away. I know they all re-equip, but you know that's just a way to get around, like just get a mass removal right away. And then to back it up, there's Fairy Winds. It destroys all face-up spell and trap cards on the field. Or yeah, spell and trap cards on the field, and deals 300 damage to each player times the amount of face-up spell or trap cards destroyed. This isn't just for Noble Knights though. There's a lot of decks out there right now that are really gonna that play a lot of continuous spells, field spells, face up. So this can be more relevant. Um, and then here's the card that just destroys the Noble Knight deck. What it's called is the Emperor's Holiday, and it says negate the effects of all equipped cards on the field. So you don't even have to wipe them out. You just play this. They can equip all they want. Yeah, they'll get their own effects, but they won't get any effects from any of the equipped cards. They basically just become useless continuous spells at that point. And it's literally a 20-cent card. I bought my playset whenever I was ordering cards, from Ideal, and they were 20 cents a piece. So yeah, I would. If anyone's worried about Noble Knights, pick it up. It's called the Emperor's Holiday. Um, and then there's the virus, eradicator epidemic virus. Obviously, it can become more relevant. Obviously, a lot of the cards I'm talking about right now don't really care about dragon rulers because there's so much good sides against dragon rulers, and maybe the deck will die. Maybe they'll get rid of it. Maybe they won't. Um, Noble Mana cross out. It hurts Girgias, which I see are starting to get a little push for play and stuff. And I don't know, everyone saw that Paul Cooper matchup, and the guy did hold his own against it. So I can see a lot of, just because of that video and that the whatever it topped in, I could see those Gear Gears becoming a little bit more relevant. And plus, ghost tricks are annoying. Anyone plays the deck, it's not that the deck's good, it's that it's just annoying enough. It's good enough to be annoying right now. And even with the new support, I don't think it's going to be really good. But if anyone's really tired of having 45-minute um, duels, then go ahead and no mana cross out. Plus, light swarms whenever they set the right go. Just anything that starts out their turn that does a lot of setting. This really helps out. Just really just speeds it up, removes it from play. And then if anybody's really tired of the ghost tricks, just play some work. A lot of the main thing everybody's saying is like, I don't run a wind or a dark, I don't run winds or I don't run darks or whatever. But you don't need to. If you're playing against ghost tricks, they're gonna keep flipping your monsters face down. So 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have at least 2 cards on the field. He can be tribute summoned, and then this just stops everything. They can't do anything because you cannot you cannot put cards in a face down position, which is setting them. So his effect is my opponent cannot set cards, so you can't book a moon him. You can't play any ghost trick stuff. He's just gonna be face up. It's just it's a 1 card win. Another card for Girgias and anything really is King Tiger Wengu. Just destroys anything that summons itself. Especially mainly against the Girgias. This is because everything's low. So if it normal summons or special summons, it just pop, 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 and this card can be a little bit more relevant this format, especially if dragons go away, which I don't think they should. I mean, the deck's good, but it's not that good. And just in case for Drag Unity players, just in case they ban uh, Dragon's Ravine, this card right here with Harpy Dancer can keep you alive. Of course, with Foolish Burial too, but this can keep you alive. It's reoccurring. It can just it can summon out your ducks, and then next turn you can bounce your ducks back and normal summon it, or whatever you got to do. But this card this Divine Wind, the Mist Valley, can keep Dragonities alive if they decide to hit Ravine. Macrocosmos, and I don't have a Dimensional Fissure. I looked all over for it. I must have traded them off or something. And another card is Soul Soul Drain. Yeah, those 3 cards can be a little bit more relevant because everything has reactive effects in the graveyard or out of play, and those are the cards that you want to kind of keep your eyes on, that you want to start using, because as soon as dragons are gone, then it opens up a lot of side deck. Another card I think is going to be more relevant is Mind Crush, because I mean, I hate this card, but the only reason why people don't play it is because guess what? Dragons are a thing right now. But if dragons go away, this can shut down a lot of decks because every deck adds. You know what is in your opponent's hand 9 times out of 10. Plus, whenever I was playing against Boojins, I sided this in. They dropped 3 cranes in their hand, just completely kills their deck. And then System Down. Cyber Dragons are getting new support. Girgias are starting to get popular. This is just 1 card go fuck yourself machines. Even if you're playing machines, you remove everything. So I would suggest picking this up. And I'm out of time, guys, so I will talk to you later.